everyone, just checking in and seeing how everybody's getting through these post-solstice energies. It's been pretty crazy. I did have a bit of a paradigm shift. I've had them in the past, but nothing quite as profound as what I've experienced over the last couple days. So the night of solstice, I had a dream, and I was basically in like a ethereal or like energetic form. I don't know. I like wasn't in a form. I was just, my expression was more in sound, frequency, and light. And what I was doing was kind of like exploring theories behind creation, what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like, and trying to bring that back down to the third dimension when I woke up in the morning was really hard. And just trying to wrap my head around everything that I experienced was really complicated, and I still am not sure how to put it into words. The only thing I can describe is that like I was asking questions and I was like communicating with Source. I was asking questions about creation, what creation looks like, and I was being shown in like colors and frequency, like sound. I don't know how to explain it. It was very strange, and I'm kind of curious if anybody else has ever had an experience like that where they've kind of just been in like I don't even know how to describe it, in a space where you basically only exist in frequency and sound and light, like colors and stuff. Let me know in the comments if you've ever experienced anything like that, because I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, like, what was that all about? So the other thing I experienced after waking up after that dream, and it was funny because I knew there was something important about it because I woke up 3 times and kept saying, I want to remember my dream. I want to remember my dream. But something's kind of funny is when you're like in dream state and you're in that perception, everything makes sense to you. But when you come back down to the third dimension, even though you remember everything you saw and kind of experienced, it's trying to unpack it and bring it down to a third dimensional format to where you can express it in words is really hard. And I'm having a really hard time doing that. I don't know if anybody else has ever had that problem, like when they go into dream state or channeled information, like bringing it down to like a way that you could express it in words, I guess. So I guess that was one of the interesting experiences I had. And then I also had done a time healing meditation because I'm doing a quantum alchemy course right now, and I'll actually post the link below for the course that I'm doing. I recommend it for anybody who is looking to get like really serious about their psychic abilities and start like bending reality in ways that I don't even know how to explain. Like, I guess one of the things that I've experienced since I started doing this alchemy is this heightened sense, like I'm already an empath, like clairsentient, claircognizant, but just starting the course, my empathicness, I don't know if that's the right word, but my ability to tap into other people and feel what they're feeling, or like tap into almost like past life connection. I don't know how to explain it. I guess I'm gonna have to use an example because I don't know how to explain how all this works. So I do this healing thing every morning when I have the energy and I'm not, feeling like I'm struggling to come back down to the third dimension, or I'm in pain or something. If I'm feeling up to it, I do this healing. So this is something I try to do every morning. It's an intention that I set, and if I can't do it in the morning, I try to do it in the evening, and it's really something that's important to me. But I have what I call healing pools. And so my first healing pool is the Master House. So the teacher that I work with, Antojai, he's also going to be your teacher if you do end up taking the alchemy course. I work with him on a more personal level, so the house that I connect with him, I send that energy there first, and I build the energy in the house, and I allow the energy to kind of flow into there until I feel like it's comfortable and it's getting a good steady stream. And then I set the intention to copy and paste the energy that I'm sending to that house to my other healing pool. So I have a couple different healing pools, and this is just kind of the method that I use to kind of heal multiple people at once. Because I can never pick just one person to heal, because I just have so many people that I want to work with. So every time I sit down to do a healing, it's like, well, I can't just heal one person because I want to heal this person, and this person, and person. And when I first started healing, that's what I did, is I only healed one person at a time. And that was an important part of the process. And I needed to understand like how that would work too. So, and I still do personal, like if I'm doing a session and I'm doing just a one-on-one healing with you, all my energy is going to you. I'm not sending it to these pools. So I have my master house pool, and then I have, I call them my 3 wise men. So that's my special pool that I have for my 3 wise men, and you probably know who you are if you're watching this video. And then I have another pool that is like my people who are important to me, like if I have a special client that I'm working with at this time, or there's somebody I'm connecting with at this time that's needing some assistance, and that they go into this pool. So this is kind of like my miscellaneous pool. So I have these 3 pools that I work with. And so I send the energy to the master house. I get that energy going. I copy and paste it to the 3 wise men, and then I harmonize the 2 energies so that I can feel the streams going directly to both pools equally and in the same strength as when I was sending it to just one house. So once I feel like that energy is harmonized between the 2 pools, I will then start sending my energy to the 3rd pool, and that's just whoever, if I'm working with a special client or anybody else that's in that pool, a family member or friend that's needing healing at that time, we'll go into that pool. And that's one way where I can direct my energy to a large, broad group of people all at once. And that's kind of one of the techniques that I've been learning. And the Alchemy course, I think maybe just because of the time healing meditations that I've been doing with it, and then just the perspective change and the understanding of energy on a more, in a way that I'm able to wrap my head around a little bit more. So when I'm able to see more clearly, clairvoyantly, I can see the energies that I'm projecting. I know, I can see them in color now, like I can see them coming from my hands. So it's like there's no question of whether or not I'm sending energy to a person anymore, because I can see it happening. And it's like today, even when I was doing the healing this morning, it's getting to a point where like I'm almost getting like a clairvoyant like projection of the person. Because when I'm doing the pools is sometimes like as I'm doing a specific pool, one person in the pool will kind of stand out to me, and I'll feel in my body somewhere specific that they need work, and so I'll specifically work on that part of my body to that specific person in that pool. And that's just one of the things that I kind of pick up on, I think, as a clairsentient, and I do that with everybody that I connect with. As soon as I start connecting with you and healing with you, I actually start picking up on your aches and pains within my own body, and that kind of helps direct my energy to the places that you need it most. As I'm doing these energy healings, I'm actually kind of tapping into your field and getting an idea how your day is going. And I was just thinking about that, and I was like, I wonder if this feels really invasive to people when I'm doing this. So it kind of led me to remember, that whole, like when I read tarot for people, I won't read tarot for people without permission. So it's like healing without permission. I feel like healing won't ever hurt anybody. But if you ever feel like I'm healing you and I'm feeling like I'm being invasive to you because of the way I pick up on your emotions and the way that you feel, because when I do connect with you and heal with you, I do start feeling all your pain, and I do start picking up on a lot of personal things within you. So If you ever feel like that's invasive when you do start working with me, please let me know, and I will try to kind of back off on that, because it's just something that happens naturally with me. And I can kind of see how that could be off-putting for some, and almost like invasive feeling. And I think it's just the way we've kind of been programmed as humans, as this kind of disconnected self. And I noticed that the other day when I was giving a hug, somebody was like, yeah, you should hug for at least 20 seconds to really transfer the energy. And I was thinking about it, I was like, wow, I've never really thought about that. We've been so programmed to just have these really quick hugs and not actually share our energy with each other through that kind of an embrace. So I'm really doing quite a bit of shadow boxing here right now. If you didn't notice, my reality is quite changed right now, and my perspective is wobbly. I go back and forth, and I haven't quite figured out where I am with things. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling right now, because man, whew, it's been crazy. Yeah, and so the other thing I kind of noticed, and I just got 11:11 on my clock, man, the synchronicities have been crazy. I just can't even begin to like comprehend the way that I experience synchronicities now. I've been working with Thoth, and he's been communicating with me a lot, like through other people, and then also through numbers. And it's been like, and it's really funny because at first I was like, is this really happening? Like, is he actually, like, because I kind of called him in, and I can see things clairvoyantly, like very energetically. So I saw him like come in and like immediately, and I was like, okay, so he's here. And so like every now and then I'd periodically check. I just kind of close my eyes and like look around and like kind of like call out to him, see if and he was always there. So it's like, okay. So I'm like, told him, you know, kind of like, hey, I'm working with time, and you know, help me out, communicate with me. And it's funny because my teacher in one of the courses, he does this, he's talking about, you know, like being open to, you know, guidance, and he says something, and he's just like, don't be rigid. And it's that statement, the way he said it, repeats over in my head. Every time I start being like, feeling like I'm doubting myself, or doubting the messages that I'm receiving, or even doubting that I'm seeing Thoth, like as he's like right here next to me, and I'm hearing my teacher, Master Antojai, like, don't be rigid, and I'm like, okay, I won't. I'm being open. Oh, so it's been crazy. Wow, it has been the craziest last couple days. I can't even begin to explain how I've been experiencing things. I don't even know how to explain, like when I wake up in the morning, I don't even, it's like, what crazy epiphany am I gonna have today? It's what it feels like. That's where I'm at right now. And my whole body is vibrating like all the time. I'm just like, whoo! It's just, what is going on? The energy has been insane. Who else is having these crazy like vibrations like going through their whole body just randomly for no reason? These waves. Let me know in the comments how you guys are all feeling. And I guess I just really wanted to check in with everybody, and I miss you all, and I love you all, and I just I feel like you're gonna see me change very much over the next even just few weeks. Things are gonna get weird. Things are gonna get very interesting, so stay tuned. And blessings.